I'm about to expose 6 specific digital hiding methods I've observed being used to conceal questionable communications from partners. These aren't random tricks. These are calculated deception systems designed to make certain activities completely invisible while maintaining a normal appearance. Make sure you read until the very end, because I believe one of these 6 methods might be more common than you think. And method number 4 is so widespread that many people in difficult relationships have mentioned using this exact same technique. Before I reveal how innocent apps can actually serve as private storage, I need you to understand something. Subscribe to channels like this so you'll be aware of what to look for. If you ever have concerns, share this information with others who might benefit, and tell me in the comments. What city are you reading from? It's incredible how many people worldwide are navigating complex relationship situations. Now, let me show you exactly what digital patterns might indicate someone is being less than transparent. Hidden method number 1, the innocent app disguise. The first method that houses affair evidence is always disguised as something completely mundane and boring. She shows you a calculator app or a notes application on her phone, but these aren't what they appear to be. Here's what most men don't understand about app disguises. That calculator app she uses, it's actually a secret photo vault that requires a specific code sequence to access. She opens the calculator, types in what looks like a math problem like 1, 2, 3 plus 4, 5, 6 equals, and suddenly it transforms into a private storage system containing screenshots of romantic conversations, hotel booking confirmations, and photos she'd never want you to see. But it goes deeper than just fake calculators. The sophisticated ones use note-taking apps with hidden folders, weather apps with secret compartments, and even fitness tracking apps with encrypted storage. These applications look completely innocent on her home screen, and when you tap them, they function exactly like normal apps, unless you know the secret access method. The expert-level cheaters even use multiple disguised apps as backup systems. They'll have a fake calculator for photos, a disguised note app for messages, and a phony shopping list app for contact information. Each app requires different access codes, and they're designed to look like she's just being organized with everyday digital tools. These app disguises feel safe because they're hiding in plain sight. A calculator app is so boring that most suspicious partners would never think to investigate it thoroughly. The psychological safety comes from the assumption that mundane tools couldn't possibly contain explosive evidence. I remember one case where she had a weather app that required touching the temperature display in a specific pattern to reveal a hidden messaging system. For 6 months, every time her husband asked about the weather, she'd casually open the app and show him the forecast while secretly accessing affair communications right in front of him. The affair partner was saved as severe weather alert, and their conversations were disguised as weather notifications. Pay attention to apps she uses frequently, but never shows you the actual content. If she's constantly checking a calculator, but never doing math in front of you, or opening a notes app but never referencing actual notes, those apps aren't serving their apparent purpose. The next method I'm about to reveal is used by many individuals in complex relationships, and it's so obvious that most partners never think to check it. Hidden method number 2, the cloud storage decoy. The second method that affair evidence lives in is always hidden in cloud storage systems you don't know exist. She tells you she only uses one Google account or iCloud account, but she's actually maintaining multiple secret cloud storage systems specifically for affair documentation. The basic deception involves creating entirely separate Google Drive or iCloud accounts using different email addresses. She'll have her main account that you know about, and then secondary accounts with names like sarah.work.backup@gmail.com or fitness.tracker.2024@icloud.com that sound professional or mundane. These accounts are specifically designed to store affair evidence without any connection to her primary digital identity, but it goes deeper than just separate accounts. The sophisticated ones create shared folders with their affair partners using these secret accounts. They'll have a shared Google Drive folder called Project Updates or Meeting Notes that actually contains their entire affair timeline, photos, planning documents, intimate conversations, and coordination schedules. Both parties can access and update this shared space, creating a collaborative affair documentation system. The expert-level cheaters even use automatic backup systems that sync affair evidence across multiple cloud platforms. They'll have the main evidence in Google Drive, backup copies in Dropbox, and emergency copies in OneDrive, all under different account names. If one account gets discovered or compromised, they have multiple backup systems to maintain their deception. Cloud storage feels safe because it's invisible and remote. There's no physical evidence on her phone, no apps to hide, and no local files to delete. The evidence exists in digital space that you'd never think to check because you don't know these accounts exist. I once analyzed a case where she had 7 different cloud storage accounts under various email addresses. The primary affair documentation was in an account called recipe.collection.updates@gmail.com that she shared with her affair partner. For 8 months, every time she mentioned trying new recipes or meal planning, she was actually coordinating affair meetups and storing intimate photos in folders labeled dessert ideas and weekend meal prep. Pay attention to email addresses you've never seen her use and cloud storage notifications from accounts you don't recognize. If she's getting backup notifications or storage alerts from services she's never mentioned, those accounts aren't for legitimate purposes. Hidden method number 3, the fake contact strategy. The third method that houses affair communication is always hidden directly in her contact list using completely fake identity information. The affair partner isn't saved under their real name. They're disguised as someone you'd never suspect or question. Here's what makes this method so insidious. She saves the affair partner's number under a female co-worker's name, a family member you rarely contact, or a service provider like Dr. Smith's office or gym trainer Sarah. When messages come in from these contacts, they appear completely innocent because the contact names suggest legitimate communication. But the deception goes much deeper than simple name changes. The sophisticated ones create entire fake contact profiles with believable backstories. The affair partner might be saved as Jessica HR Department with a work email address and office phone number, complete with notes about supposed work projects and meeting schedules. When she references talking to Jessica about work issues, she's actually discussing affair coordination. The expert-level cheaters even coordinate contact disguises with their affair partners. They'll both save each other under matching fake identities that support their cover stories. If she saved him as personal trainer Mike, he saved her as gym member Sarah, and their text conversations are filled with fitness terminology that actually represents affair planning and intimate communication. This method feels safe because the communication is happening right in front of you using contact names you recognize and trust. When Dr. Smith's office sends her a text about an appointment reminder, you assume it's legitimate medical communication, not affair coordination. I remember one case where the affair partner was saved as Mum's phone backup, and all their conversations were disguised as family coordination discussions. For 4 months, every time she mentioned helping her mother with errands or family planning, she was actually coordinating affair meetups. The intimate messages were written in language that sounded like daughter-mother communication, but the subtext was completely different. This next hiding method is so common that many people in similar situations have mentioned it to each other, and it's often sitting right there in plain sight on their phone. Pay attention to contacts she texts frequently but never talks about, and communication patterns that don't match the supposed relationship. If Dr. Smith's office is texting her at midnight about appointment changes, that's not medical communication. Hidden method number 4, the time-delayed message system. The fourth method that conceals affair evidence is always based on timing manipulation and automatic message deletion systems. She's not just hiding messages, she's controlling when they appear and when they disappear to create perfect alibis. The basic technique involves using scheduled message features to coordinate affair activities while maintaining plausible timeline explanations. She'll schedule messages to send during times when she's supposedly busy with legitimate activities, creating digital evidence that supports her cover story while she's actually with the affair partner. But it goes much deeper than just scheduled messaging. The sophisticated ones use auto-delete messaging apps like Snapchat, Telegram with disappearing messages, and WhatsApp with time deletion features. Every conversation automatically erases itself after predetermined time periods, leaving no permanent evidence trail while maintaining active communication during the affair. The expert-level cheaters even coordinate synchronized deletion schedules with their affair partners. They'll both set their messaging apps to delete conversations after exactly 24 hours, and they coordinate their deletion times so that evidence disappears simultaneously from both phones. If you ever gain access to her phone, you'll find recent conversations but no historical evidence. Time-delayed systems feel safe because they create digital alibis and eliminate evidence automatically. She can prove she was texting you at specific times while actually being with the affair partner, and historical evidence erases itself without requiring manual deletion. I once discovered a case where she had coordinated a 3-month affair using nothing but scheduled messages and auto-delete systems. Every Tuesday and Thursday, she would schedule loving messages to send to her husband during her supposed gym sessions, while actually meeting the affair partner. The affair conversations happened on Telegram with 30-minute auto-delete settings, and by the time her husband came home, all evidence had automatically erased except the scheduled messages proving she was thinking of him during her workout. Pay attention to messages that arrive at perfectly convenient times and communication gaps that don't match her supposed activities. If she's sending you loving texts during activities where she claims to be too busy to communicate, those messages might be pre-scheduled. Hidden method number 5, the social media shadow account. The 5th method that documents affair relationships is always maintained through completely separate social media identities that you don't know exist. She's not just hiding posts, she's maintaining an entire parallel social media presence specifically for affair documentation. The basic approach involves creating secret Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok accounts using different email addresses and identity information. These accounts document the affair relationship through photos, stories, and interactions that are completely separate from her main social media presence that you follow and monitor. But the deception extends far beyond just secret accounts. The sophisticated ones create Finsta accounts, fake Instagram accounts, with believable cover stories and friend networks. She'll have a secondary Instagram account that appears to belong to a fitness enthusiast, book club member, or hobby group, but actually documents her affair timeline through coded posts and story updates. The expert-level cheaters even maintain dating app profiles throughout their affairs, using these platforms not just to meet affair partners, but to document and coordinate their relationships. Tinder, Bumble, and other dating platforms become affair management tools where they can communicate privately and share photos without any connection to their legitimate social media presence. Social media shadows feel safe because they exist in completely separate digital ecosystems. These accounts have different usernames, different friend networks, and different content themes that make them invisible to partners who only monitor main social media accounts. I remember analyzing a case where she maintained a secret Instagram account disguised as a travel photography enthusiast. Every affair meetup was documented as a solo photography adventure with artistic photos of hotel rooms, restaurant tables, and city views. The affair partner was tagged as a photography mentor, and their entire relationship timeline was preserved through Instagram stories and highlight reels that disappeared from your perspective but remained permanently accessible to their secret network. The final method I'm discussing is the most sophisticated one. Only those in long-term complicated situations tend to know about this technique, and once you see it, you'll never look at phone habits the same way. Pay attention to social media activity that doesn't match her main accounts, and photography habits that don't align with her supposed solo activities. If she's posting travel photos from locations she never mentioned visiting, those trips weren't solo adventures. Hidden method number 6, the physical digital bridge. The 6th method conceals affair evidence by connecting physical objects with digital triggers that are invisible to partners. She uses QR codes hidden in book covers, picture frames, or makeup compacts that instantly connect to secret communication platforms when scanned. The sophisticated ones use location-based systems that automatically trigger messages when she enters specific hotels or restaurants, creating coordination without manual activity. Expert-level cheaters hide NFC tags in jewelry or USB drives in everyday items. I remember one case where she had NFC chips hidden in her wedding ring and earrings. When tapped with her phone, they instantly opened secure messaging apps and downloaded affair coordination information. For 7 months, every time she adjusted her jewelry, she was accessing affair management systems. Pay attention to new protective habits with specific objects. If she's suddenly guarding certain jewelry or personal items she handles frequently, those objects might serve digital purposes. By the time you're discovering systematically organized digital hiding methods with innocent appearances, you're not dealing with paranoid suspicions or normal privacy concerns. Each hidden method represents a conscious choice to compartmentalize and conceal her double life from you using sophisticated technological deception. Your peace of mind is worth more than digital detective work, and your time is too valuable to waste on someone who's organizing deception this methodically across multiple platforms and systems. When someone's digital organization includes multiple disguised methods designed to hide affair evidence, they've already shown you where their priorities really lie. The question isn't what's hidden in these systems, it's whether you're ready to stop pretending that level of calculated technological concealment is normal relationship behavior. If these hidden method insights helped you understand modern digital privacy patterns, share this information with others who might benefit from understanding these techniques. Support content that discusses relationship transparency, and share your thoughts in the comments. Have you noticed any unusual digital behaviors that seemed inconsistent with their stated purposes? But here's the most important reality I haven't mentioned yet. Every single method I just described came from observing situations where people eventually discovered the truth. The individuals who maintain complete privacy. They're likely using methods so advanced that new techniques are constantly evolving. The 6 methods you just learned are only the beginning of how complex digital privacy really is.